I'm pretty excited because I got hold of some more Anthurium seeds. This time Coriaceae, I think. I think it's pronounced that way. I'll put the name up anyway. So, at least that's what I'm told. I'm not no expert on Anthurium species. I'm sure some of you out there might be able to actually help me identify it, but I believe it's Coriaceae. The person who gave it to me said that it may be a hybrid. So, okay. This is what the fruit looks like. Okay, so for those of you who don't know too much about Anthuriums, or who know less than I do, this is the spadix. The spathe is that sort of shield that comes around the sort of beautiful bract, or I think it's a modified leaf, that you find around the Anthurium when you purchase it at your garden center or whatever it is, wherever you might find it. So that little spadix, that thin little finger-like appendage thing, is basically covered in a series of flowers, like hundreds, I assume. And when they get pollinated, you have this happening. So all these dangly bits, and you can see that this fruit is already overripe. I received it a couple of days ago. I put it into a plastic bag, or I received it in a plastic bag, really. And it's just kind of ripened really quickly. So last night, what I did was I took out some of the seed. I'm going to show you how I did that with some of these guys. So I've already germinated some of the Anthuriums a couple of weeks ago, and this is what they look like. I am a proud Faja of little baby Anthuriums. Isn't this beautiful? Yeah. Okay. In this container, I've got some Anthurium, the Anthurium seed that I actually took out last night. So, what you will need is, whoops, clay pot, an old bromeliad. I'll explain why. Oops, that's gonna blow away. It's a bit of a breeze. And sorry if there's noise or anything like that. And then you're gonna use some hydrogen peroxide solution, 10%, 30%. Okay. Just to clean the seeds, wash them. I believe that as it breaks down, it releases oxygen, which I suppose pushes the seed into germination really quickly or something like that. But I do know that it does cleanse the seed, so that's the main reason why I'm doing it. I don't really care about the oxygen because there is enough oxygen in the atmosphere for them to germinate. So, okay. So what I did was the growing medium that I used is orchid mix, and then some decomposed sphagnum, some fresh sphagnum, and leaf litter. Now, what I'm also using is, why I said I'm going to use the old bromeliad is because inside the old bromeliad, when the mother passes away, I don't know if you can see that, but there is a good nugget of good stuff, which is smells really good. It's humus. So I'm gonna scatter this over the top of the pot. So let's do that, and then I will show you how to process the seed, and we'll sow some now because I've already cleansed the seed last night. Okay. So my hands are quite dirty. Never mind. This is a hydrogen peroxide solution. Okay. Remember, only a teaspoon to a liter of water. I don't know if it will have a major impact if you increase the dosage, but That's kind of what I always use, so that works for me. So basically inside this, if I just take one, just gonna see if I can show you the seed. The camera's so blurry, guys. Let's just see if I can actually zoom in on that. There we go. Das ist gut. That's one seed. So sometimes they have two in them, which I just nearly threw away. That's the second one. And then the skin I'm going to throw away. So I'm just going to throw that in there. Woo! Just grab that. This is so difficult to do while filming, man. There we go. One down, 100 more to go. They're quite difficult because they're sticky. So then I'm just gonna kind of squeeze all of them into the water. Another one. Some of them have one seed and some of them have two inside, which is quite interesting. They say you shouldn't let the hydrogen peroxide touch your skin, but hey. See the worry in my eyes. Okay. And in you go. And so I'm going to repeat this process until I have all of the seed in the solution. Also, once you actually plant your seed, remember a clay pot. You saw that I used a clay pot, or I'm going to use a clay pot. The reason why is because clay is pretty much a natural substance, so it wicks up the water, and you need to stand your pot in a tray of water for the first 3 days, I believe. That's what I did, and it worked. And then thereafter, once you see them start to germinate, that's just so that the solution, the medium, can actually, get wet sufficiently, and then you're gonna start watering them from above. But initially, you just kind of soak the medium and let the water wick up from the tray that it stands in, and then thereafter you can actually water it from above. So I'm not going to do this for all of them, so I'll do this off camera. Okay, so this is the good medium that I've now put into the clay pot. You can actually even see a little earthworm that came out of one of the bromeliads down there. Let's see if I can get a closer look just to show you what it looks like. So basically, my perspective is that it needs to be, my understanding at least, is that it needs to be really airy and spacey. So you need lots of different sized particles to actually resemble, I imagine, a forest floor, or even the surface of a tree where many other epiphytes have been growing for a long time. So you have this breakdown of the stuff that came out of this bromeliad. That's the old flower stalk, and that's the young pup. Okay, and this is what the medium actually looks like on the other one. Okay, and you can see there's still some more coming up there. This is what the seeds look like. So in this, I took a liter of water and I mixed it with 10%. I took a liter of water and I mixed it with 30% hydrogen peroxide. So that 1 teaspoon to a liter of water. and then I stirred it up and I chucked the seeds on there, and I closed it overnight just so that they can soak. And so now they're going to be ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain the water away. In fact, I won't even need to do that. I'll just use this water and pour it straight onto the medium right there. And I'll probably get some little bits of sphagnum and just kind of damp sphagnum and just kind of throw it over the top, just ever so slightly. I don't want to bury them. You don't want to bury them. Literally, you should still sort of be able to see the seed. Otherwise, it might just be too difficult for the seed to push out. That's what I'm told. Okay, cool. Okay, so now that the seed is out, I'm going to take this container and I'm going to swirl it around just to get all the seeds off the floor. And then I'm gonna just kind of see if I can doing this with one hand here. I want to kind of try and scatter them all over the place rather than just have them all in one space. Okay, there's still some down there. I'm just gonna tap on that and it's empty. Okay, so those are the young Anthurium seeds, and I can actually see that they've swollen. They're a little swollen from being in there overnight. So I'm just gonna kind of push them down a little bit. Okay, like this, like that. Because they're from tropical areas, I keep them in the hothouse, which averages at about, right now, and we're heading into autumn, at about 29 degrees. If you've got better advice on that, guys, please let me know. But it seems to work really well, so my Anthuriums are up, and I'm hoping these guys are going to be up soon too. So, yep, that's pretty much it. Now, all we need to do is wait for this to happen. Guys, if you like this video, please hit the like button. Otherwise, subscribe to our channel if you have already. Thanks so much. And I'll see you again in the next episode. Bye for now.